Hey, what's up? My name is Ralph Cassanova, aka RC, aka King Uprock. I'm representing Dynasty Rockers, and I started Uprock in 1973 from Bushwick, Brooklyn, and I'm continue to rock to today and bring the rock back. And hopefully that you guys will enjoy this conference that we're having to educate more people out there about the rock, and that you young generation will come more in and try to do the rock and support the rock. There's a lot of drama going on the internet, and I kind of feel like there's no unity. If there's not going to be no unity, then it's not going to work. That people worldwide is not going to want to be interested in this dance. Because if you want to be a gangster, then go and join the outlaw crew. But you're not a gangster. It's all about dance. Every part of Brooklyn has their different history, but we have generations here, first generation rockers, who was there before us, need to tell their story, they want to tell the truth, what's going on, because they hear a lot of lies. And hopefully after this, we can move on and do better things together. Because if you don't respect the people who pay the dues,
make some noise. Come on, hello. What's up, baby? What's up?
You can't really cut throat, man. It doesn't matter if I brought it back, whatever. I'm doing it for you guys because we're Brooklyn. The Bronx don't respect us. That's why I had to terrorize the Bronx and Queens and Manhattan. I go to Zulu jams, and I went by myself at the beginning. And Richie knows it, that even I had to get into a fist fight, which they didn't want to do that because there would have been another loss. But my thing is that I want to keep this history alive. And like I said, you got a different style and you come from a different borough, it's all love, it's Brooklyn. But there's a lot of history in Bushwick where it started, big time started, and nobody's even talking about the people who pay the dues. And I'm going to give respect to the first generation, because if it wasn't for them, maybe it wouldn't have been me. Or a lot of second generation. But there's a lot of guys here, even second generation, don't get recognition and love. So we need to tell the history before we pass on. And I don't believe in just talk. Let's document it. Let's clear the air, and hopefully we can move on. All right. So, I have some people email me questions. So hopefully we can, answer the questions to the best ability. If you wasn't there, you wasn't there. That's it. It's over. Don't tell me about somebody else told you. I don't want to hear that. You wasn't there. Don't say nothing. You wasn't there. That's it. It's over. We're going to tell where you come from, because if you say you was first generation, and now we got first generation here, and you don't know no history about first generation, you don't even know where certain clubs at, how can you be there? It's kind of like pulling your car. So the first question I got, and if you want to answer, just raise your hand. Somebody asked, when was the rock dance? Like, when did it started, and what year did you? The oldest guy, when did you started it? When did it started, and where did it go? How?
Can I ask you guys a question?
Introduce yourself, please.
Okay. You guys don't know who I am. Little Dave, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever be.
There you go.
Okay? You guys know.
Right.
You guys all know.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Let me ask you a question. I want to know how old you guys are. Okay?
Go that online.
Okay, now let me tell you something.
35.
Bring that camera back to me, my brother. All right? I'm fucking 64 years old, my brother. And I'm pretty sure that you guys were not in my... I'm gonna my man Rob over there. Okay. All right? You guys weren't even there. But you know, with all respect, my brothers, and I love you guys all. I love you old guys all. When I get hits my fucking veins, when people start talking about history, about that they were there, they did this, they from Bushwick, they got in contests. What contest you guys got in that I never seen you in? I was there all the time. I never seen you. You know what I'm saying? I brought the big guns out here, which is Crazy Rob and Billy Salsa. To let them know and let you guys know what is the deal about this. Can you speak for a minute? Thank you.
Yeah, old school, man.
How you doing, guys? I'm Billy Salsa from Bushwick, the only Billy Salsa in all of New York State, established in 1974. Okay? I had a cat one time that approached me up in the Bronx and came out and told me that his name was Billy Salsa, and I came out and said, yeah, From what year? When he came out and he told me 1980, I was like, my man, you ain't got nothing on me. I'm the only Billy Salsa from 1974. And everybody here in Bushwick, from back in the days, OG from the original dancers, salseros, hustlers, and I can't say uprock and I can't say break, I have to say rock. Because that's the original name of the dance.
There you go.
It was
Can we
rock.
have a clap for that?
Okay?
Thank you.
And as far as the years is concerned, between what year when it started, I believe to the best of my knowledge, and I can answer this to the best of my ability, it happened between 1974 and 1976. Anybody comes out and tells you it was earlier than that, I don't think so.
Thank you.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm speaking all of this, and I'm breaking wind, speaking, this hot in a hot manner. Why? Because I was there. I'm a witness. I was there. When it comes to the names and the nicknames of so many dancers that we had a group of over 100 dancers, man. We used to go in one night. We used to visit anywhere between 5 to 6 clubs. We used to pay $1 at the entrance. Because most of us were so hot, they didn't even have to allow us to pay. They said, "No, man, come in. Rum and Coke, that was a hot thing back then, and Miller High Life beer was $1. Okay, it was $1. And anybody comes out and tells you that it was a different year, man, bring them over to me. I'm telling you the year. And I'm walking with a walker, and I still stand on my own 2 feet, and still stand for what I stand for.
Amen.
Period.
All right, so we're gonna go down the line and just give a little backtrack of when you remember the Rock and what was so interesting about the Rock for you.
First of all, we got to give recognition to one individual, man, that we're not giving him recognition, and that's Cuz. Because I remember as a kid, I'm 55. Cuz was one of the first dudes that went to the Bronx and danced in the Bronx and came back to Bushwick. And technically, he was one of the founders who introduced the Rock, or what they call the Uprock, to this neighborhood. A lot of people don't know that, but it was Cuz. He's one of the guys who was really, one of the founders of Rock. Not the founder, but one of the founders.
Of Touch of Rock.
Of Touch of Rock, but he also went to the Bronx, if you guys remember that history. Because I remember that as a kid, Cuz going to the Bronx, coming back. That was at the time when the Skulls was out, when the homosexual Blue went to the Bronx and got raped and became from the Bronx over here and made the Savage Skulls, Lady Skulls, Young Skulls, and the Baby Skulls. That's facts.
I remember.
So we got to give recognition to Cuz. I come on the Little Dave Rockers. I come on the Little Dave when I was a kid. Prior to me being a Little Dave Rocker, we had a thing with Tito Bird. It was the Nasty Rockers, and then Little Dave Rockers. Then after that fade away, I remember becoming a Junior Dynasty Rocker with Bebop and Tito Burns, when Tito Burns consolidated with Touch of Rock, which was Eddie Stop, and they used to do the shows together. But that's how far I remember in terms of, that's my recollection to the Rock back then. That's the information.
This is Noel from Touch of Rock. People know me as Jesus, Noel, Was, and all the many names I have.
Witness protection program.
The first time I saw uprocking or rocking, the way it was called rock, was in the basement in this guy named Homer, the basement of the building, and Cuz was there, and he was fooling around doing uprock. That was in 1975 or 76, and I remember going to the clinic on Central Avenue, and my mother taking me to the Linden Park where the swing is at, and while she's in the clinic, I'm looking at the corner where Cuz, Sparky, if I'm not mistaken, if it was Buzz, but back in the days I saw them dancing from a distance, and I saw them, they all had hats. Remember they used to wear hats with bandana. And I remember they going like this, going like that, and going like this, you know, and there was no jerking at that time. I didn't see no jerk. I just saw them just flipping and bopping, and I'm like, oh shit, they're dancing. That's what I saw Cuz does in the basement. So I saw them doing it in the park. But you know, I'm a kid in the swing, mind my own business and looking from a distance until my mom picked me up. So I was in 1975 or 76. That's when I first saw Uprock. In 1977, I was in 111, and that's when I started learning Uprock. Because everybody started. I saw Touch of Rock for the first time. Then I saw this other group called Fast Rock. And then I went to Knickerbocker. Then I saw this group called Dynasty. And that's when I started seeing groups. Those were my first 3 groups I ever saw. And that was at 77, 76. I started seeing this group. So that's my recollection of the beginning of Uprock.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Doug from Touch of Rock, the label of Touch of Rock. First time I seen Uprock was before this. We was Baby Kings and was ready to go to war with Tiger from the Stockholm Boys. I refused to go to war with him. After that, in October, it was me, Cuz, and Buzz walking down the street. Cuz had a breakout called Breaking Night. We was trying to find out what name to use, so we came up with the name Breaking Night. We walking through Bushwick Park, somebody said, what's this, a new game? No, this is a new crew. So at that moment in time, the next day, and that was between October 12th or 11 in 1974, we came out with the name Touch of Rock. We had Johnny Angel Club, as anybody know, on Knickerbocker and Irving. He was karate, so Lefty was DJ in there. The only thing I need to learn was the jerk, because I was dancing. Thanks to let Mikey, DJ Mikey and Poochie rest in peace, because they was bringing out the equipment and DJing in the park. And I had the freestyle, but not the jerk. I learned the jerk when Buzz came back and said, yo, Dutch, jerk like this. I was messing up, but I kept on. In 1974, October 11 or 12, that's when I seen the jerk, and I became forgettable. Yes.
Everybody, you know who I am, Danny Boy, original Dynasty. The first time I danced was in Studio 54 on Broadway and Myrtle. I think I was probably 15 years old. Poochie snuck me in. On Broadway and Myrtle, the train station, they had a big window in the club. We used to cross the tracks, jump on the end, and go in through the window so I can get into the club. Yeah, that's crazy,
that's
right?
real.
To fucking hang out, bro.
the window?
And the guy that showed me somehow the steps a little bit, I can't find him. His name is Butchie. I wish I could find him. If you seen this thing out here, Butchie, come check me. He used to sneak me into the red light, the bamboo, Studio 54,
Brooklyn Studio 54.
Yes.
Normandy's. I used to sneak in Normandy's because I was young in Normandy's. And I used to go and I used to dance against the Morenos, the black people. I used to dance against them because they didn't know how to dance, and I used to take them out in the red light. The red light was on Madison and Central. The Morenos. Nothing racist.
Touch of Rock.
Nothing,
I was the
nothing
only
racist.
negro down.
Only one.
All Latinos.
And then after that, I started dancing on my own. And for the record, nobody taught me. I learned on my own. Papo, what's his name? 774?
774.
He said he taught me. He never taught me. But I went against him in Galaxy on Broadway, and I whipped his ass so bad we got into a fight. So that's for you, Papo. I know you listen. So,
Tell him, keep it
and I
real.
used to live next door to Duz.
Right on Minahan, between Wilson and Knickerbocker. He lived in 182 and I was 184. Right there. He was going to Catholic school and I was a baby kid. But when everything changed, he moved to Star and Wilson, became What was his crew?
Dynamic spinners.
Dynamic spinners, and he ain't had no jerk. Yo, you wasn't jerking. You only had freestyle.
He
Come
was
dance
never a
with me.
burner.
Come
Never a
dance
burner.
against me.
Freestyling.
And you in Florida. Bring that to Bushwick. You ain't had no jerks. Never jerked.
Everybody all at once. Ready? Everybody say, OG. OG.
DJs. I got that. Don't worry about it. I got that flyer. But anyway, the man responsible for Bushwick promoter that threw jams. If it wasn't for that, there'd be no Uprock battle. Yeah.
I can't recall. I
Come
can't
on, man.
recall. I can't recall.
You can. How you gonna recall? Little Tito, and Eddie won the
Contest in St. Bob's. I was there.
No, St. Martin's.
St. Martin's. Oh,
Against
it's from my house.
Yeah, one against Papo and JR. He threw the contest. Who is it now? I got the flyer too.
Not crazy.
Yeah,
No,
you
not
close.
crazy Ed.
No,
Crazy
no.
Rob.
That's it.
He ain't got a basketball. That's why. He ain't got a basketball. But he won't remember me.
Yeah, he remember.
What's my name? Let's see if you remember.
The name, but the face and you're like
Yo,
10 pounds heavier.
I used to drive you crazy when I was a kid. I used to be with Bebop. I'm married. Mooney Mays. In front of the park. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, crazy. Oh, Rob, man. Rob used to keep, he always had the basketball. He always had a basketball with him.
I know he's in practice. I know he told me.
To my peoples who read, mucho love, man. Mucho love.
I'm getting excited now.
What's up, Doug? This Doug.
Hey, brother, what's up? We gonna get a routine or what? Huh? We're gonna let's get a routine, brother. Touch a rock. Yes.
I got the music going.
You already know. I gotta do is stretch out.
Everybody knows me, Ralph Cassanova. I'm the only Cassanova from Bushwick. That's my last name. And I grew up playing drums, martial arts, and boxing. You know, some people know me for the fighting. When I got into the rocking, is because I saw the Rebels. They were my inspiration. You know, I saw the Outlaws dancing, fighting, but with music, and I was like, and I was young. I was like 10 years old, and that that got me into the dancing. You know, as years later, I met Carlos from Dynasty. I was DJing, and he, got him. He was, learning how to rock, and he got into DJ. When he came out with Dynasty, I'm letting you know right now, and this is what came out of his mouth. When we came out with Dynasty, it didn't come out as a crew. It came out Sounds of Dynasty. Frankie D was the guy who helped him get equipment, because Frankie D had a big sound system in Bushwick. Besides Amp. Amp was another guy, electrifying sound. They had the biggest sound system. So those guys, Big Bob, Flowers, Maboya, Plumber, those, we had disco stompers, electrifying sounds. We had Eddie Speed, Sounds of Dynasty. Touch Rock had their own DJ crew, MDS. Then we had Mark Spark. So there was a lot of DJ crews, and some of them used the dance, like even MTC. They were music to communicate. They were a DJ, but they had dancers. Rocky Nelson, his brother Pete, all those guys. You have to respect the elders. Little Dave, you got Noel, Vinny, Hoochie, all these other guys that are not here or maybe have passed away. But there was a lot of great dancers before our time. And I think that the second generation, we took it to the next level. And to shut all this down, this would have never happened if it wasn't for this man, Crazy Rob.
I am Bushwick.
Better recognize.
Yeah,
Give
so
him a mic, forget about it, it's over.
yeah, so what I'm trying to say with that is, you know, this brother right here, he put a lot of time. You learn from other people, promoters. To me, he's like a promoter. He promoted events for people to have a good time, to come and dance. And there was a lot of times he put his own money out so people can win contests. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't know how good we were. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, I have a lot of his flyers. Showboat, St. Martin, St. Barbara's, the Griswold Row Arena. Anything that came up, this man did great things for the dancers. You know, it wasn't like we just came and we uprock. No. We came out because there was an event, and he put his money out, and this is where you get to see the best of the best. If you would never join a rock contest in Bushwick, then I don't know what contest you're doing. It's like join the Golden Gloves, but Golden Gloves is New York City. So you can't say you joined the Golden Gloves in another state when the Golden Gloves is in New York. You know what I'm saying? So you had to be, if you was a real great rocker, you had to dance to the great rockers. And to tell you the truth, at the time, a lot of times, besides the first generation, Danny Boy hold it down for Dynasty. He hold it down. If it wasn't for Danny, I don't know how far we would have went. But Danny and Carlos, even though Carlos was there, but Danny hold Dynasty. You know, and us being in Dynasty, me, Gary, and all the rest of us, we kind of like just, follow him to help him to make it like a dream team. Because to tell you the truth, like I said, I have the flyer here. We had to dance against Touch of Rock to see who was number one. That's right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the best of the best had to do it. You know what I'm saying? There was time we were gonna dance against Little Dave Rockers, but we respect each other sometimes, and the battles never happened. But there was times we battled other crews like little one-on-one rockers, Phase, like all these. We took their shirts. Yeah. We used to battle for shirts. And if you DJ, Crazy Rob even did big DJ competitions where DJs lost their equipment. Yeah. They had to battle for equipment. Yeah, battle the sound. Yeah. Listen, I was there. I remember.
They lost their whole.
So there's a lot of history that needs to be told. But there's a lot of haters. There's a lot of haters that need to stop. Because
excuse me.
This is what it's all about. All right, this is what it's all about, and we need to, tell the truth,
Yeah, Ralph said it better than me, man. I mean, I could talk, but I need a mic. But what he said, I'm with him. You got a mic for me? I'm talking about a big mic. No, your shit is little. I don't need no little mic. But whatever he said, I'm with him. So Cassanova's in the house. Everybody, y'all know. Bushwick, that's all I gotta say, man.
Yo, but I tell you one thing, I gotta give it up to Ralph, man. I used to hang out with Ralph when we were kids. He used to do that break dancing and all that. I tried on that cardboard thing, and I thought I was losing my hair. And I started spinning, and I fell, and I said, what the hell am I doing down here? And then I saw him doing it, I said, oh shit, I should look hot. Then the legs were swinging, I said, oh shit. And then there was this guy, Carlos, I think was his name. He started doing all this shit. He got into my face. I said, yo, chill, man. Are we dancing? We're gonna fight. So we came up with freestyle. So I went into the freestyle. It was more like, mano to mano, eye to eye with the women, Not mano to mano, looking at the guy, yeah, whatever, I'm over at the girls. But that was a good thing, man. Ralph, yo, you're the best, bro.
Nah, it's all about
seriously, man. He's keeping it going, and that's the main thing, to keep it going. We're all here, man. We got bragging rights, you know what I'm saying? A lot of our brothers didn't make it here, So we're blessed, So we got to keep on with the tradition, keep it going. Get these young guys and teach them, And it's not about that discipline. We got to show them everything, respect. That's where we came from. That's why we're here. We got to respect each other, man. All right? And that's all I gotta say. So I'm gonna keep on working on trying to get back into the stripping. I mean, the dancing. Yo, peace.
Well, what's up, everyone? My name is Richard Santiago. I come from Los Sures, that's in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. My first encounter with the rock starts in two parts. One, I was 12, 13 years old.
What's your real name? What's your street name? What's your street name? What's your street name? Throw it out.
Early years, you know, me living in the alleyways on the first level floor, I got to see bikers doing what I call rock, but they were doing it on their own self as a warm-up for them. The real dance aspect of rock happened because I was graduating in that same time frame. And it was Nilda Corchado, she was already rocking. There was no hard jerks, it was just dance and then finger or dance and a smack at it. It was no gunshots, none of that. That comes later. So it was because of that girl I got to evolve what I perceive now to be rocking. That means you got a lot of freestyle. Because at that time frame, I was just getting into the swing of it. Like I said, I was 12, 13 years old. Later on, I started b-boying. Southside, and now I'm being humbled here because I'm here with rockers that were effectively doing it in the mid-70s, early 70s, and to date. I come along and joined Ralph Cassanova in 95. And since then, me and Ralph has been working as a team for the community. You know, I'm surprised and again humbled to be here with a lot of older brothers who were active as rockers when I was just getting into the game. And I hope you guys that are listening out there learn and ask questions. Never stop asking questions. I pass it on to the next brother.
First of all, I want to give thanks to Ralph for having this. Second, I'm grateful and honored to be amongst Bushwick royalty here, amongst my peers and the older generation. And I'm happy that I'm learning their history. I'm not from Bushwick, I'm from Williamsburg also. My first recollection, I'm not gonna say rocking, I'm gonna say burning, because I didn't see no jerks or official freestyling from these gangs on my block. They were just throwing burns, you know? And so that's my recollection of seeing burning of that nature at the age of 10, you know? Dancing, I've always been dancing since in my house, to variety shows and all that whatnot, freestyling, whatever. Then later on, that little burning that I watched inspired me, and I added more to my freestyle, whatever I was doing, the James Brown, the Michael Jackson, whatever. And my mother was calling it the devil dance, but it is what it is. Church lady.
Devil dance.
So, and the block parties and all that, and all the parties I was doing it, people looking at me like I'm some lunatic jumping around, up and down, no jerks, no nothing, just going bananas. You know. Now my second thing to seeing organized rocking, first time ever seeing a jerk, is my whole family, first of all, is from Bushwick, not I. Okay, Medinas, Melendez, Estronzas, all from out here. My grandmother lived right across the street from St. Robert's on the 4th floor. My cousin Carlos, who went to Bushwick High School and played on the team, took me to St. Robert's on the night that they're having a big shindig. I go in there and I see, what the fuck? I see a million, for me, 'cause I was young and little, I see a whole bunch of people just getting busy. And I see that one move that everybody was doing. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Because I didn't know about that. I didn't even know that existed. Because where I'm from, we didn't jerk. We just dropped. You know what I'm saying? We just dropped. I did just drops and jumped around, you know? But my first time seeing official jerks was in St. Barbara's from these cats right here. I didn't know them. I was like, I was like, really like, I'm biting this shit, first of all. Fuck that. But I wasn't gonna go against them because I didn't know what the fuck they were doing. You know what I'm saying? But I said, I'm gonna bite this motherfucking shit. I went to the back and I tried to do what they were doing, and I didn't do it like they did it, but I thought what I did was do what they were doing. But I came out with my interpretation of what a jerk looked like, you know? So I ran with that shit back to home, to Williamsburg, where my story is. You know what I'm saying? Williamsburg, the South Side. Yeah, we danced all along the South Side, old Block 4, Graham, Bushwick, you know, Borinquen Plazas, before they even came up. There was no Barinkin plazas yet. There were houses. You know what I'm saying? There was mostly gangs that were rocking, and no crews yet. There was mostly outlaws in Williamsburg rocking or burning. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't jerk like Bushwick. You know, they danced, they burned everywhere. The jerk came out of Bushwick. I always give props to Bushwick because we didn't do that. We did burning, we danced, and we dropped. And we did a little floor rocking.
And if you want
Now,
I'll show you how we do it.
and then
There's always one.
years later, in junior high school, I came to be around other people. I met other people who lived all along East New York and Bushwick, and we palled around. And they got invited to my parties up in Williamsburg. We battled. I learned a lot from them, getting burned and burning. I went to East New York. I saw a whole brand new fucking thing. I'm like, what the fuck? You know? Van Sicklen, Pennsylvania, all those places I danced out, and I didn't know what the fuck. Whoa, this is different. Later on, get older, Eastern District, meet more people from all over. Then there was jams at the Lynch parties at Lynch, 104 Lynch. We're down to rock and them. This is the disco era. You know what I'm saying? So I'm from the disco era. Sorry. The bell bottoms and all that. And then you had the Dancing Express, Brooklyn Express, Rock the House. You had the gangs, Dancing Society. You had all these people. You had Greenpoint Rockers. You had all these people. But again, my story is different from theirs. I'm happy to be learning from them because we didn't cross this side of the tracks. You know what I'm saying? Because let's keep it real. If you came to my neighborhood or I came to their neighborhood and we battled and something went wrong, I wasn't gonna get out. Or you came to my neighborhood and you burned somebody, same vice versa. That's the way it was back then. You got burned, boom. I've seen people get fucked up after laughing at the person they burned. Shit went the wrong way, you know what I'm saying? Or touch rocking, people got hit, you know, and the shit went the wrong way, you know? So again, I give props. Knickerbocker, Bushwick area, this whole thing has an illustrious history, and I'm proud to be here and learning it. And I'm just giving you a little bit of where I'm from. That's it. Peace and love. Thank you all.
First, I want to say congratulations to all you guys and what you've been doing in the past and in the present. That's iconic, and believe me, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very, very, thankful that you guys actually came out of your way to be here. That's it. It's awesome. And you guys, like I said, you're part of history, and you will continue to be part of history. Regardless of what people say, we got to stand for what's right and just keep pushing it, man. One thing about our past and the new generation, they have cell phones to record their history. We didn't, you know? So what we have is us, man. You know, so we got to take this as far as we can. Because if they would have recorded what we did in the past, believe me, it would put them to shame. Simple as that, you know what I'm saying? Right now it's becoming more like a circus. I mean, I'm speaking what I speak. You know what I'm saying? It's more like too much gymnastics. No. This is not what it was, man. It was culture, man. It was about real. It was about feeling the music, man. It wasn't about making 10 somersaults. You know, it wasn't gymnastics, make 10 somersaults and then, no, it wasn't about that, man. It was about coming real, man, coming tough and feeling the music, man. And that's what we got. You had to have the rhythm, man. You have to feel it. If you weren't feeling it, you couldn't do it, man. That's just how it was. But me, like I say, I'm born 1961. I'm 59 years old. David, a.k.a. Bushwick Twin. That's who I am. I've seen it all. I've been there. I participated in the dancing. I didn't join no crew because I was independent. But I admire and I appreciate what you guys did out there. I didn't knock nobody. I wasn't hating on no one. I loved it and I still love it. You know what I'm saying? To me, rock will always be there. Bushwick, to me, Bushwick is, man, it's like the heart of everything. From freestyle to rock to hustle. Name it, Bushwick is everything. Graffiti, name it, art, dance, whatever you want to talk about, DJ. The most iconic DJs, I believe, were born and raised in Bushwick, man. That's the way I see it. If anybody can tell me, show me different, we'll do that. But right now, I stick to what I saw and what I believe in. I believe in Bushwick. I would always love and cherish Bushwick, man. And all you guys, like I said, you guys are iconic, and no one can change that, man. So again, congratulations to all you guys for showing me and giving me part of history. I loved it. I still admire it. And that's what's up, man. Forever Bushwick, man.
Let me say something. Yo, it's for you, 7-year Papa, Chucky, come on, Jolo, Bird, it's for you.
There you go, take it off your pants. Now throw it in his face. Oh!